the end, you know, right? Because all that matters is who places first across the finish line, right? So if you can paddle efficiently, you know, after an hour or two, I mean, this is a long race day, right? I mean, you guys know how long. He didn't tell you it's going to be a quick race, did he?
No, they don't.
They know. So you want to think about efficient paddling. So what we generally do is try to keep the stroke towards the front of you, like versus like I'll show you how the wrong way to paddle. Wrong way to paddle is like this with a lot of arms, and you come all the way back and then lift them up. So that's like the wrong way is to do a lot of bending of your elbows. Right? A better way is to just you know, stay relaxed, but very quickly get your paddle in somewhere around your ankle, and then you want to like drive down. You should feel it in your torso. Your arm should be relatively straight, so there might be a slight bend in your elbow, but once you get your paddle in, your arms really shouldn't bend at all, right? You should just kind of go like this, and that's it. So your stroke, I mean, I'm exaggerating how short it is, but really only has to be, your power phase is just like this, just down like that, okay? Now, it's okay, our bodies, you know, are a little inefficient in a sense, but you need the inefficiency to recover. So when you're kind of like not paddling super hard, it's okay to maybe reach a little bit more, maybe pull back a little bit more. That's okay, because that's comfortable for most people is the kind of a full stroke. But your power phase really is from your ankle to your hand gets to about your knee. Okay, that's all it is. And as far as your paddle depth, our paddles have actually gotten narrower and narrower. 30 years ago, they looked like snow shovels, these big wide paddles. And, you know, you're thinking as well, the wider the paddle, you can go faster. Well, they found through trial and error that's really not the case. Really, all you're doing is you're just planting your paddle, and you're kind of like pulling the boat past the paddle. That's all you're doing. So the only purpose of the big blade is just to kind of secure the paddle in the water. And it doesn't matter if it slips a little bit, it doesn't matter. So it was actually less efficient to have a wide paddle. So our paddles are only like 8 1/4 inches, and they're also angled. So like right about here is like your maximum force. My paddle is slightly going forward, so well actually it's right here, so I'd be like there. So to compensate, the paddle is bent forward. So your paddle is going to be bent forward, so that your maximum thrust is when your paddle is vertical in the water. But as soon as your paddle gets out of vertical, then you're getting out of efficiency, right? You guys are taking all this math and physics. But what that does is that you have a force that's going up, right? Any force that's going up or down isn't making a boat go forward. It's only the forces that are, you know, front and back. So any angle is going to cause you inefficiency. But as humans, we're not really designed to be 100% efficient in paddling, right? Or else we'd be. So we have all these angles, right? So we just have to do the best we can. So yeah, that's basically it. We paddle roughly 60 to 72 strokes a minute, which is about 1 a second. It's probably as slow as you want to go, 1/1000, 2/1000. But a little bit faster is probably better, you know, depending. Now, race strategy is, I don't know, you typically want to find just what 3 or 4 other college teams usually. So you want to, Hamilton, I guess, is one of your nemesis.
Yeah.
We'll get some suction cups.
Yeah, they tried steering into the
I had to bark them a little bit.
And had to yell.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways. So what you want to do generally is find a team and try to stay with. Were you with Hamilton much, or did you see it?
We did.
We
We chased them down on Long Lake. We went and chased them, and then they'd go and then we'd chase them.
Yeah, so that's kind of the best thing. If you can find the other team like Hamilton, you can stay with that. That makes sense. That way you can adjust your output based on what your the other teams. But,
Are you going this year?
I wasn't. what happened on the first one?
No.
Not yet.
They're trying to hire one. They did some interviews.
We have Dean Miller.
I did. A friend of mine wanted me to get in touch with. Who's the prior person?
Tony.
Now, I don't know if I had any contact, but this person wanted to. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe I should still do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, this person actually was a canoe racer with the Texas Water Supply.
Really?
This crazy. Exact 200 race.
Oh wow.
Anyway, so it's actually that was kind of exciting. I don't know how that's. Have you met any of the potential?
Yeah.
candidates?
One of them.
One is a marathon canoe racer. She's done the Adirondack 90 miler.
Okay.
And the other one's a therapized marine.
Therapized Marine. He's ex-Marine that teaches wilderness therapy camps right now.
Yes, they all have like pretty good experience either way.
I know they wanted to try to hire one quick, so I
I'm
wouldn't be
team
surprised.
canoe lady.
I'm Team Canoe Lady. Like,
That's the one from the Adirondack. Okay, I think she also did Texas Water Supply. But anyways, what's taking so long?
Well, the lady was here on Thursday, so Dean Miller told me they were gonna try to make an offer like pretty right away, and then
He told me last week they're gonna be on Thursday and expect to get an offer to somebody on Monday or Tuesday.
which is today.
tomorrow.
And so he also said he wants, if they can't come right away to campus, to do like to be here for 90 miler field with us.
That'd be good. But yeah, that comes into play. Like we've got like 4 houses, 2 of them aren't rented, so if this person, one of the problems is they can't find a place to stay. Figure something out for that's always the hard stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost have to make a separate, if you move someplace, you guys will find out really it goes out there. Take a trip there, a special trip, just to look for all the apartments and places to stay. It's a big pain, unless you happen to know somebody in the area that can stay there. So anyway, we can help out. We can do something. So anyway, so so I usually go through a list when I'm practicing. So for you new people, like I've been canoeing since I was probably before I could walk out, but for a long time, and I've been involved with marathon canoe racing for a long time, and so that's kind of my background. So my brother's actually he's a year older. He just actually won the national racing championships.
Oh, wow.
He races a guy from Massachusetts, and he's 61. The other guy was 50 or so. So it just shows you can, even as you get older, you can get pretty good at this sport. They actually won it overall. So there's age categories. I think there's 18 and under, 18 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And they start everybody all together, but they won. And I placed up there pretty good, actually. So anyway, what else? Okay, so what I found is that, again, efficiency is a big thing. And of course, your body it's an engine. The engine, the fuel is, of course, calories and oxygen. So most people forget about the oxygen part. I mean, yes, you breathe a lot, but I've train these guys that what you want to do is every 5 minutes or so, or anytime that you feel maybe extra tired, or maybe your arms feel cramping, or you get a cramp, is a lot of times that's a result of not enough oxygen. So a good strategy is to breathe out, get all your lungs out, all the oxygen out, then breathe in as far as you can, and then a couple times make sure you breathe out. So you remove all the air out of your lungs and then breathe in. You do that like 5 or 6 times, and you'll be amazed at the way you come back. That and your hydration. You don't want to overdrink, but one way to tell that you're not drinking enough is if your hands start feeling a little painful, like your skin. That means that's a sign that you could be dehydrated, or if it's sticky. So make sure you take a drink. And the trick is to wipe your hands on your face too. That helps lubricate your hands. For some reason, when you get your hands wet a lot, the oils tend to come off your hands, so you can get blisters. But I haven't had a blister for paddling for the last 30 years. Because my uncle told me that trick. Who's taught us how all these little tricks. And so if you recognize when when you're about to get a blister, if you do those things, you probably won't get them. 'Cause it's no fun the second day if you got broken blisters. Have you had blisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to tape up the second day. It was really bad.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna buy gloves this year.
I think I'm gonna get the rowing glove. A bunch of people had them on, and I was like, because I don't callus
Yeah.
either. Like I learned that last year, not a single callus. So then they ripped up that.
Yeah, Lily.
Up on your hands,
I can.
Yeah.
feet, like
Probably that's
Yeah, I don't know.
concrete on your hands.
That's our practice next time.
I did that
Actually.
one time. I like that for a competition.
running on all fours.
They're not like gloves. They're like for canoers that just
Yeah.
cover like the contact points.
Like fingerless.
They were selling them the second day, and I went to get a pair. And
Yeah,
they
they
were
like strap on over.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, the forehead trick is good.
now normally in the canoe, like in a normal 2-person canoe or 4-person canoe, you switch like every maybe 8 to 15 times. But in the canoe, we usually, until we get used to it, you guys go about 5 or 10 minutes and you say, okay, ready, switch. But as you get more comfortable, how often do you guys switch?
15. Like during national race. I want to see if we can get down to 12, but we'll see if we can.
And then somebody will say, what you say, ready, switch.
Thank you.
And of course, you guys explain to people that the seats
Yeah.
slide back and forth, right? So
Yeah.
that's so that you keep the weight, keep the balance. Because we all know what happens when you get on the inside. And it happens there. I mean, we'll probably flip over
Yeah.
multiple times. We kind of do it for fun. But not now. That's going to be good. We probably get out before we get there.
Hopefully.
So, nutrition-wise, between now and the race, I mean, you guys, like you always guys, eat healthy, right? During the race, like this hammer nutrition stuff is usually pretty good, right? Actually, I should have brought some. I got a bunch of the hammer gels, right, which is complex carbohydrate, which doesn't hit your body quite as fast as like Gatorade, simple sugar. So that's the stuff you want to have, right? Stuff that you take, it's energy, but it doesn't release all at once. And kind of, so that's what we usually take. And usually we want to take some during practices. So we just to make sure it's not, your body's going to be okay with it.
Just to make sure, did you already discuss the ordering of the gels, or I don't know how that works?
We talked about it in our meeting.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've ordered a bunch.
Okay.
I've got like, I don't know, but we probably need to put another order in.
Okay.
Once we inventory. I think you were going to inventory what you have.
Yep, we brought over the snack bag.
There's
Yeah.
like literally
We have like
maybe
no
10.
gels. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
We had more than that.
There were more, but I don't think we.
We
I think
can't
we
find
probably used them
anything
on
in
Mount
the OLE suite
Washington.
is the issue.
And yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
They reorganized it and none of us are in OLE. We don't know
Yeah.
where anything got put.
yeah, I know Tony and the other guys said that they would do the ordering, but now since you don't have a person, maybe I can just order it. Because I get reimbursed for it.
Yeah.
Since I'm like a race director, they give me half price for free shipping. So
Yeah.
it's cheaper for me to order it. Save my expenses.
Yeah. We would appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. And then your water carry packs,
We found them. Yeah. Took a while to get, but we found them.
need any replacement ladders or will they clean them?
I think we're good. We have some extras too in case
No chance.
somebody washed them out.
I mean, normally we use for water, right? So it
Can
shouldn't
you? Are you gonna order the electrolyte tabs too?
Yeah.
Do you have them?
be like those.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Thanks. They're the great ones.
Yeah, we'll have to break all that down. So,
Yeah.
what you got. But yeah, so that's kind of what the technique wise. You just want to make sure things stay towards the front. Maybe you got a few guys on here and we'll critique a little bit and see things. But yeah, you maybe go 10 times on the side, and then of course as we switch, you want to switch your hands. So normally what I do is just release this, slide one hand up, and grab the bottom. So you guys can use your own method. And that's what I try to emphasize is some basic foundational things, but you definitely do what your body is biomechanically supposed to do. So you don't want to artificially do something weird, because you end up with like repetitive stress injury type thing. you always want to, if you find something that works, great, but after 10 minutes, change up just like reach a little bit more, maybe you lean back a little bit more. One thing I should also say is you always want to make sure about your forward and back motion. Be careful. I do it all the time if I'm not paying attention, but what the tendency is you want to go forward when you're paddling. That's the opposite. You want to be like a rower. You want to reach and pull back. This is the motion. It's very subtle, but it's really easy to fall into this, where you're, because it's almost easier, right? If you push and your body's going forward, it's a little easier, right? So what's harder is to reach and pull back. So you should. So that's something you want to kind of watch for. A little bit of forward-backward motion is right, okay, as long as you're reaching and coming back. Right? I usually look at the bottom, like the bar versus the bottom of the boat, so you can kind of see that if it goes one way, you know you're doing it right, but if it goes the opposite, like if you go like this, it goes the opposite way, you can tell right away. But yeah, you basically want to keep your body motion to kind of to a minimum. Is mainly the twisting, and you should feel it in your abdomen is where you want to get all your power. So yeah.
It's been a while since I've done this, but
Because when Ben gets on, we'll have to slide.
I know.
Slide the
leg bar go all the way out.
Okay, let me reset.